मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविरावेद्मयेधि वेदस्य माणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासी अनेनाधीतेन अहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। 8th and 9th mantra we will chant. Ahankarasya tadatmyam chichaya deha sakshibhi sahajam karmajam bhranti जन्यं च त्रिविधं क्रमात् संबंधिनोः सतो नास्ति निवृत्तिः सहजस्य तु कर्मक्षयात् प्रबोधाच्च निवर्तेते क्रमादुभे। According to Vedanta, truth is one, and this truth is called by different name. You may call it Brahman, you may call it Atman. Here it is called as witness or Sakshi, Drashta, because the name of this book is Drig, Dirshya, Viveka. So, ultimate seer, Sakshi. And the characteristic of Sakshi is, it is of the nature of Sat. And it has been discussed by the verse, Nodeti Nastamittesha. It is eternal. Sat means astitva, existence, and which is not born out of some object. Sat is not the result or product of any combination of 5 elements, because it is of the nature of consciousness, whereas 5 elements are jada. So it cannot be the effect of 5 elements. It cannot be the karya. Karya and karan, you know. Someone may argue that consciousness can come out from non-existence, from asat. There are, views, there are opinions. So from non-existence also sat cannot be born. It is illogical. From shunya, from void, nothing can come out. From jada, chetan cannot come out, from inert. Now many scientists, many thinkers, they say that due to combination of different elements, calcium, phosphorus, hydrogen, nitrogen, they got mixed up and consciousness is born. Result of jada. And they give example of betel leaf, pan. They chew that pan and red color comes out. In India they eat, na? So same way they say, earth and fire and air and all that they got mixed up, and in that process this consciousness is born. Like Darwin, he says from water, the life came. Unicellular, amoeba, what they call it, and then two cellular and all that. And in that process, different beings, they came. But according to Vedanta, according to Shruti, consciousness was there, from consciousness everything came. It's totally opposite. They say jada things were there. Like Big Bang theory and all that, what they say. There was a fireball and all that. And slowly life, came. Whereas our scripture says, Sadeva Soumya idamagrasit. Sad was there, consciousness was there, from there everything came. It is called as Chetan Purvika Srushti. This creation is from consciousness. So Purvika means before. When nothing was there, what was there? So consciousness. So why I am telling all this? That it is eternal, na janma asti. This is the truth. So neither from shunya nor from jada consciousness can come out, nor from one consciousness other consciousness can come. That is also not logical. So it was there, and this is the reality. And this Sakshi has 3 aspects, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Here Sat and Chit has been highlighted. So far he has not discussed the Ananda aspect. Always what is said is the illuminator, means it is of the nature of Chit. And it was always there, so it is Sat. Ananda aspect he will take afterwards. So now this is the fact of this world, this is the absolute reality, Paramarthik Satya. But the problem is, today we are not able to understand this one immutable reality. When we look at ourselves, then we come to know or we feel that I am this body, I am an individual. So then this discussion comes into picture. We should follow why suddenly, he is talking about ahankar and all that. Where it was very good going, Rupam, Dirsham, Lochanam, then Sakshi, and but suddenly there is a twist. So if one truth is there, then why so many individuals are there? How this individuality came? Because today this is my reality, so you must explain. So then he starts, explaining. Now here, different terms have been used. One is Sakshi, another is reflection of consciousness. Okay. Then third is ahankar, ego. Mainly these three terms. And sometimes you may get confused how they are all connected, related, associated. So just now I told about Sakshi. It is clear? Now to explain individuality, we have to bring this topic, reflection of consciousness. Mind, ego, we'll have to think about all these things. So now the thing is, may the truth is one, no problem in that. But this one truth is seen, or you can say, divided into many things. So according to Vedanta, please note it, consciousness is one, but jivas are many. Jiva word you are used to, jivatma. So Paramatma is one. It is also called as Paramatma, Sakshi. But jivatma are many. You cannot say that 56 consciousnesses are sitting here. And one is sitting on the dais. But yes, you can say one individual is sitting here and other individuals are sitting. No, otherwise, outside world, people have this misconception. They say all Atmas are there, they say. There are so many Atmas. Atma means self or consciousness. Good Atma, bad Atma, that also they say. Means good consciousness, bad consciousness. This is not right. Latakti Atma, Bhatakti Atma. Horror movies, there is some spirit, there is a spirit. It is hanging somewhere or moving. So the Atma word is used in so many ways, outside. But when we study scripture, then proper understanding should be there if we are studying this. So consciousness or Atman is one, but Jivatma are many. Like sun is one, but there are 10 buckets we kept and water is kept. So there are 10 reflections. Now if you have to study these 4 verses, you just think that that reflection is reflecting upon himself. Who am I? That Pratibimba as though is meditating upon himself and trying to understand who am I and how I came into being. So we are all like Pratibimba, jivas. So now when he starts meditating, then what he came to know, that there is water, and in that water, sun is reflected. So in place of water, here mind is there, Antakaran is there, And this Antakaran is responsible for making one bimba into so many pratibimba. If there were no, different buckets and water, then there was only one sun. But since there are so many buckets, different types of water is there, so it is natural to have that reflection. Similarly, in this world, different people have got this mind, and naturally their consciousness is reflected. So that waters or medium created manyness. Achha, now one individual is different from other individual. Like one reflection is different from other. Now see, this reflection is called as Chit Pratibimba or Chit Chaya. And these are the two Sanskrit terms. Now, because of this Chit Pratibimba, I thought is born. I thought. Ahankar. Because the moment you say I am an individual, immediately I have to say I am so and so. Individuality is equal to I thought, ahankar. So many places, ahankar is used in the meaning of jiva. They are all synonyms. Many times only chit pratibimba is used as jiva. Reflection of consciousness is equal to individual. So don't get confused. Same jiva is referred as ego, reflection of consciousness, chit pratibimba, they are all same almost. Because many times it is confusing. So I am, when it is I am ahankar. Now in Upadesharan or ahang vritti is used aham vritti. Gurudev used to say this jiva bhava means small I, you must have. And Sakshi means capital I. So this individuality, ego or ahankar, aham vritti, jiva, they are same. Here also ahankar is used for in 3 verses. Ahankarasya tadatmyam. Here doesn't say jiva's tadatmyam. Ahankarasya tadatmyam. Whenever somebody asks, please introduce yourself, then in our introduction, it is all nothing but introduction of ego only, or jiva bhava only. I am born on such and such day. Then I went to school. Though I was not good in studying, but teacher forced me to. So then I completed. Then I got degree, then I got job. So who is I? Here I doesn't mean Sakshi. Here I means this empirical, individuality, I. Ego, ahankar, jiva, reflection of consciousness, you can call it. Because it is not pure consciousness. It is reflection of consciousness. One who is doer, enjoyer, sufferer, that is today's I, today's me. That's why in Tattva Bodh there is one word in Atma Bodh. Atmana Satchidanshascha Buddhir Vrittiriti Dvayam Sanyojya cha Vivekena Janamiti Pravartate. Same thing which is said here. The Satchit means the Sakshi got reflected or got identified with the Buddhi Vritti, with the Antakaran. And then this thought is born. I know, I am knower, I am thinker. All this thought of ego. So aham. So now here the discussion is, this ahankar is reality or that Sakshi. thing. And he is trying to prove that this ahankar is not actually real. It is abhas, it is pratibimba. Like again, that reflection is thinking about himself. What he will realize? That in this mirror and this water, that I am seeing myself is not real me. Real me is in the sky, real sun. But as long as association with that water or me, a mirror will be there, that reflection will be seen. And I will be definitely affected by the water or by that reflecting medium. So sometimes I am happy, sometimes I am unhappy because mind, condition of mind. So when reflection is thinking about himself, he will come to know that it is a false entity. This Jiva Bhav is not actually real entity. That's why it is said, Bhranti Janyam. It is said, Bhranti Janyam. That ego and Sakshi got so identified that this ego forgot that I am Sakshi. When identification happens, what happened? We don't see two separate things. So, ego and Sakshi identification is there, like that iron ball and fire. Now, you don't see the difference. Therefore, today what I say, I am finite, I am born, I am doer, I am enjoyer. Actually, this is not reality. I am free from doership, free from enjoyership. I am not affected by outside situations. Sakshi is not affected. But due to ignorance, forgetfulness, I forgot my true identity. Bhranti Janyam Tadatmyam. And this individually became so strong. And in outside world, you see, people are egoistic, they say. What do you mean by egoistic? Means that they cannot give up their individuality. Ahankar vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. I am doer, I am enjoyer. So this ahankar. Actually, it is a false thing, but so prabodhat, by proper thinking, this can be removed. So ego, aham vritti. That's why in Upadeshar it is said, aham nashi bhaji, aham hantaya, spurati rut swayam, parama purna sat. When this ego dies or ego is falsified, then real aham comes. Remember this verse, aham nashi bhaji. I come to know I am param purna sat. I am complete. I am supreme. I am of the nature of existence. So prabodhat. But if prabodha is not there, abodha is there. Ignorance. Then, oh, so much of ego, very hard egos. When I say this person is very humble, meaning what? He doesn't possess that, ego so strong. I am nobody. That's why they say, perform good action and forget that you have done. Don't develop ego that I have done so much. In Hindi there is one saying, Neki kar dariya mein dal, means you do good and you drop into the river, forget. Do good and forget. But jokingly I say nowadays different thing. नेकी कर फेसबुक पर डाल. Do something good and immediate take picture and Facebook upload. I have done this work. So this is the expression of what? Ego, strong ego. So karmakshayat prabodhacha. One person went to one saint and he had some questions, queries. So this Mahatma, we call him Mahatma, okay? I am using Mahatma word. So those who don't know who is this Mahatma. Mahatma is a great learned person. So he said, okay, welcome, please come. Why have you come? He said, I got a lot of questions. So this Mahatma said, before discussion, we must introduce each other. So tell me who you are. Who are you? So he said, I am doctor. So this Mahatma said, this is your profession. You are associating yourself with profession, and then you are telling, forget your profession and tell me who you are. He said, oh, I am father of 2 children. He said, no, you are talking from a relation standpoint. You are talking about your relations with children and with. I am asking who you are. I am Hindu, he said. He thought that he is asking my religion. I am Hindu. He said, oh, no, you are talking about your religion. I am asking who are you. So finally that person said, now I don't know who am I. Please tell me who I am. Because whatever answer I am giving, you are saying, it is in relation with this. Very interesting conversation. So I am so and so, I am so and so. These are all ego, aham, aham. Shuddha aham is not there. So here, why we are studying Vedanta? To reduce this ego, to remove this ego, and to know what is my true identity. Swarupa Jnana. This is the goal of all this study. Not just to get an information. It is not an academic study or something. I have studied 10 books. And I know all the verses. This is not the purpose of study. Guruji always says, nowadays we are living in information technology. A lot of information is there, but transformation is happening or not. Vedanta is a transformation technology. Of course, information is needed. On the basis of information only transformation will happen. This data we need, all these verses, word meaning and all that. Through this only we can think, we can do reflection and all that. So here he says, ahankarasya tadatmyam, the identification of this ego. So ego means now it is clear, this is jiva bhava. So sometimes it is called ahamvritti, sometimes only reflection of consciousness. Because unless reflection is there, this individuality will not come. So in different texts, instead of saying jiva, only reflection. Sometimes only mind is used for the explanation of jiva, mind only. For example, in 15th chapter, it is said, manashashtanindriyani prakritis sthani karshati shariram yadavapnoti yachapyut kramatishvara. When the jiva departs from this body at the time of death, so their jiva is not used. What they say? Mana and sense organs, they go away. And there you will surprise, therefore Jiva Ishwar word is used. Utkramati Ishvara. Because he is the Lord of that body only, na? That's why Ishvara. Now suddenly say, how Ishvara can... So here Ishvara is used in a relative way. Since it is controlling this body only, so it is mini Ishvara, you can say. So the Jiva is used as, Ishvara word is used for Jiva. Utkramati Ishvara. In Panchadashi and all that, Chidabhas word is used for it. So Aham Vritti is used somewhere. Ahankar itself is Jiva. So here it is said, this Ahankara Tadatmya will be there with this body, with the idea, with the Sakshi. And all these identifications, especially with this Sakshi, is because of ignorance. Identification with this body is because of karma. We have studied already. How many times we have changed this body, this ego has changed. Aneka janma samprapta. In Guru Stotra, what we read? Karma bandha vidayina, atma jnana pradhanena, tasmai Sri Gurave. Millions and trillions of birth have already taken place. And it will be continued if bodha doesn't happen. So karma kshayat prabodhacha nivartete kramadube. So this aham bhav, we should think more about this aham bhav. How this I thought is born and how long this I thought will be there. Aham vritti. Now, in the verse number 10, now he is moving to another topic. And that is, now we all experience three states: waking, dream and deep sleep. Now generally what you say, I am experiencing three states, generally we say. But here what he is using, ahankar. In the 10th verse we will say, these three states belong to ahankar, ego. Now he could have said that jiva, he could have said individuals. But he says, when ahankar merges, then there is deep sleep. Now see, these three states, they are also very interesting. In all Vedantic texts, you will find this description or explanation of this. Starting from Tattva Bodh. Atma kaha, so what is the explanation? Panchakoshatita, avastha trayatita. So it is beyond three states, different from three states. In outside world, generally people think about waking world or waking state. About deep sleep, nobody thinks actually. They only say that we like deep sleep, but we don't have to think about it. But in Vedanta, lot of thinking has taken place about deep sleep only. Because after all, it is also a state of our experience only. Na? We move continuously in three states: waking, dream, deep sleep. Now we are in which state? Now we are in waking, but I don't know in the end of class, by class ends. So, waking, once I asked that, have you experienced deep sleep? Do you know? He said, yes, Swamiji. I said, where you experience it? In your class only? He was honestly, he was saying. So these are three states. Now a lot of thinking has been done here. First we will read this. Ahankaralaye suptau deho bhaved dehopyachetanah ahankara vikasardhah swapna sarvastu jagarah ahankaralaye suptau bhaved dehopyachetanah ahankara vikasardhah swapna sarvastu jagarah. He starts from deep sleep, not from waking state. He says suptau. Suptau means in deep sleep. Not that sleep which is disturbed by dream. Dreamless sleep. Deep sleep. What do you call? Sound sleep. You know the meaning of sound sleep? You must have heard. Sleep for himself, sound for others. And snoring is there. This is deep sleep. And a person who snores, actually he sleeps first. I don't know how it comes. If 10 people are there, so everybody is disturbed by that. If he sleeps in the end, he gets that sleep. In the end, then it... In train it happens, many times. Train, in India, if you travel. Different people are sleeping in the berth. Sometimes competition of snoring is there. One is louder. So he is completely unaware of his sound. Deep sleep. Deep sleep is very good actually. When we get this deep sleep, then we're fresh in the morning. All they say, even doctors also say, if you get good sleep, then half of your disease is gone. First question, ठीक से सोए? Did you sleep? Sleep is a healing, it is like it heals your many problems. So this deep sleep is very much needed. But of course not in the class or not when you are studying. That time you have to have awareness. If we don't get this deep sleep for 2-3 days, we will become mad. It is very much needed. So 1/3 of our experience, 1/3 of our life, goes in deep sleep only. So how important it is, deep sleep. Now in deep sleep, what happens? So here he says, ahankara laye supto. When I experience the deep sleep. Somebody said, when I am tired. That is okay. But actually what happens in that deep sleep? Okay, tiredness may be the cause of deep sleep. But in deep sleep what happens? So here only one thought is given, and that is ahankar is merged. Only one thing happens. Lay means what? Merges, absorbed. This ego is suspended, merged, become unmanifest. So that state is called deep sleep. In Upanishad it is said, tatra mata amata bhavati. In deep sleep, I don't feel that I am mother or I am father, pita apita bhavati. All my identity is completely merged, not destroyed, not ended, but in dormant state it goes. It just hides, merges, whatever word you say, becomes unmanifest. Ahankara lay supto. So I don't know who am I, in deep sleep. No doership is there. No knowership is there, nothing is there. Only abhav is there. Abhav means absence. Maharishi Patanjali explains, deep sleep. Abhav pratyaya lambana vritti nidra. This is one sutra. Means there is a abhav, thought of absence. Nothingness. Nothing. So abhava roop it is. Everything is merged. Ahankar. I am not aware of time or space or anything. Other people are worried. He is not getting up. Time ho gaya hai. But he doesn't know. He goes beyond time and space, in deep sleep. There is no concept of time remains in deep sleep. And no concept of space. Where am I sleeping? Not aware. So such state is called deep sleep. In this deep sleep, some people they speak something, utter something, but they don't know they are uttering something. One wife, she took her husband to the doctor because he used to speak something. So wife said, "No, doctor, please tell me to whom he is talking and why he is talking." He said, "You must give chance to speak him in the waking state. Since you don't give it, that's why he speaks." It's a joke, okay? And she said, "I am more interested with whom he is talking." So some words are uttered, but no meaning, nothing. Ego is not there, that I am talking. And if somebody kicks, so other person forgive it. He doesn't know. If in waking state if he does, then I will see him. Ahankar laye sutta. No ego is there. In train there was one person, he was traveling. Generally in journey we get that sleep. One person was sitting near him. And he was bichara very ordinary, from village, not very educated, not from very higher caste or anything. Now this person had a lot of ego. He was very rich person and durato. Sit little far. That bichara, okay. But what happened? In the night time, he is dozing off, this rich person. And he is leaning his head to his shoulder. Now the moment, he got up in the morning, "Please go away. Now that man said, "Whole night you use my shoulder as cushion and now you are telling me." So why he could use that? Because that time no ego was there. It's a very good example. When ego is not there, ahambhav, no differences. In deep sleep, very interesting, everybody is same. Experience of deep sleep of each and every individual is same. I did not know. What is that in Tattvabodh? Aham kimapi na jana. Sukhena maya nidra anubhuyate. That is very famous. So, ahankar laye sutta. Now, and in deep sleep what happened? Bhave deha api achetana. This body also becomes what? Unconscious. I am not aware of my body. Achetana, deha api. I myself, I don't know, and this body also I am forgetting. And this body becomes very heavy in deep sleep. This is very interesting thing. Even that small baby also becomes so heavy. Guruji in his commentary has written about Sureshwaracharyaji that the ego, magic of ego. When person dies, then 4 people are needed to carry him. We have no ego, nothing is there. And when that person is alive, then it is said, this one ego is handling entire body, whole life, taking, carrying. When ego is not there, then 4 people are needed. He says very nicely. Sureshwaracharya jokingly remarks that 4 men are required to carry the dead body, while the foolish ego carries it alone, unaided. You read in your room, unaided all through life. So deho api achetanaha, deep sleep deha becomes very heavy, and I am not aware of it. So this is deep sleep. Now, I should not describe more because you will experience here only. Direct experience. So 2 thoughts have been given. Ahankar is merged and body becomes unconscious. I am not conscious of this. Now in Tattvabodh, Atmabodh, it said one more thing, that Sukhena, there is one more thing which I experienced, Sukham. Joy is there. For 8 hours, 10 hours, I enjoy that sleep. Why people like to go to sleep? Because that happiness they experience cannot be equated, happiness of this outer world. Such a deep joy, so refreshing. So wherever people get chance, they just take one nap. Because Sukham. Now by the deep sleep we can understand one more thing, and that is that this is our misunderstanding, that if I have got objects, sense objects, money, wealth, then only I will be happy. In deep sleep nothing is there and still I am happy. So what this experience tells us, that this is your wrong understanding that happiness depends on objects. Without even opening your eyes, you are happy. You are watching TV, but that also, will not make you happy, like how you get happiness in sleep. That's why you give up what TV. Now I am sleeping. So Sukhena Maya Anupa. So this shows that the dependency on objects should not be there. It is our all Bhranti only. More money, more happiness, more objects, more. If everything has been given, but sleep is not given, then he will feel so, headache will be there, feel the whole day uncomfortable. So therefore, we are totally dispassionate in deep sleep, Vairagya. A lot of things can be, understood from deep sleep. Think more about it. So, ahankara laye supto bhave dehopyachetana. Acha. Then what happens? Second state we experience, and that is dream. Some people, they didn't have experience of dream also. They are lucky people in fact. Dreamless sleep. Waking and directly they go to sleep. And some people old are dreaming only, no deep sleep. Once I asked, did you see dream? He said, what else I see? Whole daytime also. daydreaming. So the dream also is a very fascinating actually state this. And very mysterious that how we see that funny things, and they are not connected and still I see. I can see that I am sitting in this class and that class is happening at the seashore near Taj Hotel in Bombay. Everything got sort of jumbled up, mixed up. So here what he says, first we will see, Ahankara Vikasa Ardha Swapna. Swapna is what? Half manifestation. Vikasa Ardha. Vikasa is manifested. Ardha means half. Ego is not fully manifested. It is half, partial manifestation. Now in Tattva and other already you have studied this. Swapna. How that whatever I see in the waking state, yat srutam, yat drishtam, that I project in dream. So ahankara vikasartha. There ego is not one ego, mixed up ego is there. So partial manifestation it is done. Now this ego, what it says, in dream, projection is there and all these vasanas, now in the next verse he is talking more about that, vasanas are projected. Vasanas takes shape and form. In waking state, continuously shooting is happening. 5 cameras are there. And we are all accumulating, shooting. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Impressions are created. Very interesting thing. So many impressions and vasanas are there in us, but we don't feel the load of that, And how many lives vasanas are there? So many lives. Not of this life only. But still, I don't feel anything. Anyway, so here, this ego is not defined properly. Vikas ardham, half. And in dream, whole projection is done by me only. I am alone there, nobody is there. But I see all people there. But actually it is nothing but I only became. Ekoham Bahusyama. He was heard in dream. So here only it is said, Vikasa Ardham Ardha Swapna. Further he will discuss more about it. And the third is Sarvastu Jagaraha. Jagara in waking state. Sarvaha. Sarva means full manifestation of aham. I am fully aware of who am I. I am so and so, and people very proudly say, don't know who am I am so and so. And they are so aware. If anybody says anything, immediately, what it is doing? Fully aware. In one satsang, one person went, very egoistic. He sat on one chair, other person, he came there. That was his seat, but he was sitting there. Now they start arguing. He said, do you know who am I? Who I am? Other person said, I have come here to know this only. So don't argue. The teacher will tell who you are. So, what my point is, ego. Sarvastu Jagara. I don't forget, I am fully aware. Actually, the ego are, aham are related with so many things. If I join one organization and I get that post, then anybody asks, who are you? I am president, I am secretary. And some people carry that, even I am ex-president. So, then I am so and so. In relation, just now I said, in relation with religion, I said I am Hindu, Muslim, Christian. In relation with nationality, I am Indian, I am Russian. So different things are there. Actually, every moment new aham come. As I said the other day, at this moment, if somebody asks, who are you? We are all Srota, listener. Somebody said, I am not Srota, I am Sota. So, when I identify with my mind, I am happy, unhappy. Now this is also yogini. Sukhi, dukhi. Vishayanam anukulye sukhi. When everything is nice, favorable, then I am happy. But this situation always doesn't remain. Just wait for 5 minutes. Aham dukhi. That's why in India they made one film. Kabhi khushi, kabhi gam. Sometimes happy, sometimes sorrowful. So every moment this aham vritti is changing in waking state. Okay. In dream, little half, partial. And deep sleep, completely merged. Okay. Now, please explain more about, this dream state, because it is very interesting thing. So, in verse number 11, he is talking about dream. Antakarana vrittischa chitichhayaikyamagata vasana kalpayet swapne bodhekshair vishayan bahihi antakarana vrittischa chitichhayaikyamagata vasana kalpayet swapne bodhekshair vishayan bahihi. I think we will see its meaning in the next class. Antakarana vritti. Antakarana vritti, thought modification. Thought modification and chitichhaya, reflection of consciousness, are identified. Identification happened between two things. Thought modification, antakarana vritti, and reflection of consciousness. And then whole dream came into being. Means if identification is not there, means antakarana vritti is not there, then we cannot see. Antakarana vritti doesn't have any life. So unless that reflection of consciousness is there, which enlivens that antakarana vritti cannot project anything. So that film is needed and light is needed. We will see more about it. When that light is falling on that reel, then what happens? The projection happens. So both are needed. And then all those vasanas which are stored in our mind gets projected, and then we see another world, dream world. Bodhekshair vishayan bhayi. Outside, as though it is outside, but actually everything is inside. In Dakshinamurti Stotra, very first line it is said, Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantaragatam. Nijantaragatam. But what is the next line? Pashyannatmani mayaya bahirivot bhutam yatha nidraya. Bahi iva udbhutah, as though it is outside, but actually antargata only. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudam Purnasya Purnamada Purnameva Vashish. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.